Good day to all. Good day to all. Um, you have to train your mind to be stronger than your feelings, or else you are going to lose yourself. The title of this video, the topic, um, hopefully you enjoy these moments with me, and they're worth your time and worth your while. And I hope you see fit. I'm planning on putting a little more of myself out on this video. I really want to share the confidence and arrogance that I speak to my mental circle with. And, so I wanted to bring something that's really in the circle of conversation with me right now. So, Hormesis. Hormesis. So, um, from what I've taken from it, it's interesting how some words come into your life, and then when you become knowledgeable of those words, or you're aware of them, you find how many places they fit in your world. um, if somebody that happens to get a vehicle of a certain color, you start kind of seeing those vehicles a lot more. It's just a natural phenomenon that kind of happens once you start paying attention to something. You kind of see how it applies to many more things. It's like you open up, and more things come in. So what do I know about how I can explain hormesis? So um, it's a life-changing thing, and it's common sense based, and I'm going to try to explain that. So with hormesis, um, what we're talking about is an environment that's not smooth or easy, not necessarily comfortable. Um, and when I say that, it doesn't mean you sleeping on rocks or nothing, or nails. But what it is that when you're in an environment that has an element that, if in a higher amount, would actually kill you, but you are just subject to certain amounts of it, or a unlethal amount of it, and you conquer that, you get a strength increase, you get a boost, you get an upgrade. Yeah. So, um, why? Because hopefully you're watching this from a position of some humility, where um, you can accept the fact that there's room for growth, and you want to grow more, and there's room for it. So if you're trying to realize the best version of yourself, this conversation and this idea is for you. Look it up, see what you come up with on it. But I'm going to share a couple more words that I've learned. Once I learned about the microbiome, um, that unlocked a lot of mental capacity for me. It put it into the realm, it put a lot of complex theories and thoughts into the realm of common sense, which instantly shows itself as mastery. Um, so, and with mastery can come arrogance, maybe. But, I'm here to encourage people to be more arrogant. I'm not here to try to tell somebody to hold back. These are the times uh, to obtain your greatness. Okay. Now, a couple of logical examples of hormesis, so we can get on the same page here. Let me show you how many ways this can really apply to what you're doing or not doing. Um, there's a lot of stuff going out about cold showers or cold plunges right now, and that's a extreme jolt of discomfort. But there's actually medical benefits, proven medical benefits from that. So that discomfort, now, of course, too much cold at too much of a duration can be lethal. But if done in a amount that doesn't kill you, it actually strengthens you. Let me give you another example. Um, because there's multiple ways you can stress yourself, and it's a good thing. Um, Exercise or cardio. When you get to the point where you really feel like you can't go any further, and you push a little bit further, the increase you get from that discomfort is it's almost hard to. It's really what everybody's trying to obtain. Um, when you talk about lifting weights, um, you are putting your muscles under stress and strain, but in result, they become stronger. Some people say more beautiful. They definitely get larger. They get stronger. They get more conditioned for sure. And it's beneficial to life. It's beneficial. We're a creature. We're on a planet where we're constantly fighting gravity, and our tool to fight gravity is our muscles. That's how we move against gravity. So, every once in a while, you need to practice more than regular gravity and put yourself under some heavier gravity or heavier weight. And the result is you move through zero or normal gravity better, more effortlessly than others do who don't. All right. So I think that's a couple of examples, but the last example I want to leave is because I want this conversation to be personal. And I'm I'm in the 21-day ride up to my birthday, and I'm not a big celebrator of much holidays and things like that. But I've come across some literature. I've run across it a few times that says that something in the order of roughly around 21 days of, disciplining yourself to do something starts to, at that point, unlock it to be a little bit easier or to become kind of a new norm. So it's like 21 days to kind of create a habit. Um, so you have to fight and work hard for those 21 days. And right now I'm in that 21-day window. And what I'm doing is I'm doing intermittent, fasting. So I'm only giving myself a window of under 4 hours to do all my eating for the day. And after that, it's all water. So I'm experimenting with myself, and, you know, um, on my weight loss group, weigh-in Wednesdays, I'm going to be documenting, and that's what it was actually truly designed for. So, it's time for me to. I don't even think I'm waiting for anybody else, but it's just definitely time for me to do the things that I'm supposed to do. I have a couple of pages that I try to run that are public pages. I have a private group. I help to executor over other people's beautiful groups, beautiful nature groups, and stuff like that. But most importantly is, to apply discipline. And um, when I say apply discipline, it means to like have your mission statement in mind and know what kind of disciplinary um, conditions you need to be under to obtain the greatness that you really crave. If you really crave it, that the challenge is to really crave what you say, to want what you want, to become what you say you are is the challenge. Um, when it all comes down, it turns into a daily ritual of practicing self-control and constantly reminding yourself of your mission and what you're trying to do. And fasting or not eating, definitely not being gluttonous and a sloth and um, greedy and so many things that apply in negative ways. There's so many benefits from not eating, and this is not just about for a few hours a day or to over 20 hours a day, which I'm exercising right now. This is about um, it's about becoming a better version of yourself. It's about proving to yourself that You are who you say you are. I mean, that's the one person you don't want to disappoint is yourself, you know? Um, Now, the way Weigh In Wednesday works, and I'll tell people outside of this here so you guys can maybe apply it if it maybe will work for you. But I personally feel that when it comes to weight goals, it's important to at least once a week remind yourself of what your goal is, what your current weight is, and know the math, what the difference of that is. So if you, for example, are 250 pounds and your goal is to be 220 pounds, you're 30 pounds away. So you would basically start off with I'm 250 and my goal is 220. And the difference, as a subtraction problem would be 30. So, the goal is to keep in mind what you're doing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm also going to be doing it with my body fat percentage because I have a scale that'll do that. And I'm curious of all that, but to get back to the title of this, which is the stress and strain of things, there is a stress to it, but once you get something going, it kind of becomes a norm. And actually, the body can adapt so much to that new norm that it's trying to actually reverse the effect and reduce the the reward handout for the discipline. So the body adapts to stuff. So sometimes we got to shake it up and change things. Right now I'm not being disciplined with what I'm eating, but I'm just being disciplined extreme with when I'm eating. And there's a physical limit to it. There's only so much you can do. So I'm really only eating once a day. I have a period where I can snack and chew on stuff and things like that. But in general, because of the length of my window, it's like a once a day thing. But I'm doing fine with that because I have extra to give. So that's the position I'm in right now. And with the weigh in Wednesday, it's kind of a natural situation of keeping the record. So I want to have a log of that. And I'm going to also do some live videos over there too, because that's what I was really about over there. And I'm going to get back to that. And, I'm just kind of sorry that I fell off from that. I've had things going on in my life outside of that, which everybody has and does and deals with. I'm not special in that way. Um, but I owe it to myself to give to the groups that I've started. And regardless of the following, even though I want the following, but I got to earn the following. So that's why I wanted to step it up a little more with something a little bit more personal and easy for me to talk a little bit longer about instead of just kind of a quick subject and then I run out of it. This is something that I'm actually applying and feeling and with my own eyes seeing so many ways how it applies to so many different things that I wouldn't have thought had a common thread, and they do. And I just want to make sure that I make this one point before I get through here. This whole challenging yourself or exercising more than you normally do, eating different, less, uh, taking things out of your diet. These are the strengths that we need to show ourselves that we can manifest, because what's lying ahead of us in the world that we're coming into right now is it's going to be like no other. It's going to require mindsets um, that are equipped like none before us have ever been equipped. Uh, this is the time to find your tribe and recruit your tribe. And that's what I'm trying to do right now and make sure that we use this tool here that you're watching me on, that we use it to its full potential. And it only does that if we're in tune with our greater self, which brings the circle back around to Hormesis and us trying to do what is required to force ourselves to evolve to the better version of ourselves that we deserve to give the world around us. Our children deserve it. We deserve it. Time and the ancestors and those before us. I mean, the motivation I get from seeing the movie Malcolm X, even though I'm sure it's has its biases in it, but it's just such a beautiful story of strength and greatness and jealousy, and it's such a powerful story. But manifesting yourself to your greatness, even if it's not to the liking of what's going on around you, because we have to create a new norm. Uh, I believe that these hard times that we're facing, these challenging times that we're facing, is going to make people evolve from senseless entertainment to really wanting to be somewhere where they feel like they're being mentally stimulated and growing as a part of something bigger than themselves. I'm trying to lay the groundwork for something that hopefully will continue to track after my life has run its course. I'm trying to do something that's legacy minded, something greater than myself. I'm trying to get out what's in me, even if I can't figure out how to monetize it. The goal is to get your message out and make your impact on the world, or just to make a lot of money. If you had to choose between the two, which would you do? Would you do the thing that's detrimental to society, that monetarily gives you gain, but you're devolving and you're not reaching your, I mean, maybe that's an assumption. Maybe some people's greatest good is just being an entertainer or just being another brick in a wall. Maybe. I think I'm speaking to something inside of those people that's deeper than that and hopefully greater. And if not, maybe not to them. I'm speaking to someone who actually feels like there's something great in them to give and might need a push to do it. And just know you can create your own platform right now and do that. And I encourage everyone to do it. Okay. So I appreciate you for listening with me this long. Thank you. And, your greatest resource is your time. And thank you for sharing that with me. I'm sharing mine with you because that's what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm over here to hopefully inspire and create a movement before they take this tool away from us and we can't share the way we can now, the things that we're taking for granted. As we're worrying about other things, we're losing the fact of how blessed and amazing these times are. So I encourage everybody to stop criticizing other people's attempts at stuff and correct them by doing yours, and create your flow and share something with the world so you can get a response back that you wouldn't have got if you didn't. All right, with that, I'm G. This is Nurturing of Our Humanity, and I'm about to step up out of here, y'all. So as I begin them, good day to all.